Hey, what's going on YouTube? Bloodiest Cody here, and today will be a tutorial video on how to uh, create a custom load order and file structure for mods on Left 4 Dead 2. This method takes a while to set up, and every time you add new mods or want to remove a mod, it's a little in depth on doing it, but some mods need to be above others, and so far there's not really any like legit mod managers for it other than the built-in one. There used to be some, but when the workshop was put in place, they were kind of phased out. I just downloaded about 3 gigs worth of mods. These were mainly maps and stuff. But so first up, when you first download the mods, what you want to do is before you start up the game, go ahead and navigate to your Left 4 Dead 2 directory under Steam Apps Common Left 4 Dead 2. Then go into your folder here where it says Left 4 Dead 2, and this is where most of your stuff is going to be done. There is a text file called addonlist.txt. You may or may not have file extension names turned on. If so, you'll see .txt. If not, look over here and it will say txt file. The next thing to do is to open this text file, which I actually already have it open. Close all the other crap. Okay, this is my load order. As you can see, I've done a lot of stuff on it already, but all I'm going to do is add more maps to the load order. Okay, the thing that you want to know or want to do is, for me, I am actually going to set it to read only, because whenever Left 4 Dead 2 launches, it will read your subscribed mods list, and it keeps all of these mods in some random folder somewhere that I don't know where it is, and I couldn't find any information on where that is on the internet. So I did a little messing around, and I found out that on this folder right here, normally it would say this the workshop folder right here. It would say workshop and then slash and then like the ID number of the mod. But I figured out that you can select it to say system mods slash add-on browser reformatted, and this will tell it to read from, instead of this folder, it will read from this folder, and it will read this file. Well, this one. It will read the, not really the ID number that's built into the VPK, but it actually reads the name of the file itself. So what you want to do is, as you download mods, rename them, the picture and the mod itself that goes with it, to whatever that mod is. So this is console button, it's renamed console button, and so on. And overhaul mods, I got better bots. That one, it doesn't work. I don't know why. Bunch of other stuff. UI mods. I'm using some basic UI mods for the main menu and the HUD and everything. So, okay, now that I've told you a little bit of how it works, I'm going to actually start the game up. So let's see, favorites, play game. And as you can see, there is already mods active. Oh God. Okay. One word of warning. Word of warning. If you have mods that have yet to be added to this list, your custom load order list, and you start the game up, it will constantly start to freeze up on you. So just let it sit for a little while. Don't move your mouse around. Don't do any of this at all. Just let it sit there for a few minutes. Let it collect all the mods that you want and get everything done, and then it'll work just fine. Okay, you will get this error no matter what with certain mods. Some mods, it will show them as being red, whether or not they actually have issues with other mods. Okay, now I will use these two as an example. Aranthus's side HUD revamps the icons on the HUD. The Borderlands 2 Survivor plus Infected HUD moves the stuff around, adds like colors to the stuff, like little color outlines and stuff like that. Makes it look more like a Borderlands Borderlands 2 HUD. If Aranthus's side HUD is below this one, it won't get loaded at all. You will not see the Aranthus's side HUD images at all. But if it's loaded before it, you will see them, and you will see the Borderlands 2 overlay on top of that. Okay, and so far, this is what my load order looks like. Okay, so to start things off, I let it download the files. I let it migrate them over into the workshop folder. So next, what I'm going to do is in the workshop folder, as you saw a minute ago, it was empty. Now there's 1.14 gigs worth of files in it. Okay, it bugs me when they're checkerboard. Okay, so here are the mods that I recently installed. Okay, I will be using this one here as an example for certain things, and the rest are just maps, so it doesn't really matter what order you put them in. So HD interface, I'm going to hit copy on that, go over to texture mods, which I have not actually turned on hardly any of these. Like I have smoking bills and like the Borderlands stuff down here. That's about it. But I'm going to actually put this one in UI because it's for the interface that it changes. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so I will rename it HD interface. Simple. And then highlight that, Control C, Control V, and done. That mod has been put into the UI directory on how I sort my mods and stuff. So next up is to add this mod to the load order list. So for certain things, it would need to be loaded first. For certain things, it would need to be loaded second. I'm actually not sure which order this mod needs to be in for Aranthus's and Borderlands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, through trial and error, try both. Okay, so I'm going to take this one right here, enter. Oh, wait, I totally forgot. I set it to be read only, so I need to actually close the game down. Okay, now that the game is shut down, I don't have to worry about it changing this, because every time the game turns off, it will actually delete a lot of the stuff on this, or turn on, it deletes it. It's kind of finicky. That's why after editing the list, I always set it for read only. Okay, so I'm going to, where's the folder? Okay, there it is. Right click, properties, take it off of read only, and then reload it on the thing. And as you can see, this up here went from gray to blue. That means it is no longer read only. Also, I suggest very highly on downloading Notepad++. It is so much better for tweaking things in terms of lines of code, lists, stuff like that. I love it. So much better than normal Notepad. Okay, so I do that, copy it down, and change the name. This right here is just copy that and just do that. It doesn't matter how you type it in, as long as the folder to the left of the slash is correct in terms of one of these folders, and then the title of the file, and then .vpk. The one over to the side means default on or off, which, because the file will be read-only almost all the time, you will want to manually say, I want this to be on or off, because you cannot toggle it in-game. You can change the box being checked or not, but as soon as you exit out of the add-ons folder or add-ons list and go back in, it will change back to what it was, because the file cannot update. Okay, so back to what I was doing. The file is called hdinterface.vpk. So I'm going to hit copy on that, but as you can see, I already have .vpk, so there it is. Control S to save it. Okay, going to go back in, properties, read only, and next I'm going to launch the game again. And now, give it a moment to load. Okay, shouldn't take but just a second. Okay, there we go. And just like before, it'll freeze up a couple of times as it's loading things, and then once the little swirly loading symbol is gone away, you should be good. Okay, as you can see here, now it says HD interface, Arantis' side HUD, and then Borderlands 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just jump into a basic game. There you go. That mod is working, at least. So dead center, it's showing the Borderlands style loading screen. Nice. Okay, there we go. I was wondering why it wasn't moving. I guess it just had to load things. Okay, and we'll know whether it worked or not as soon as the game loads in. If the HUD...
Hey! Come back! Come back! Oh, he ain't coming back.
That chopper looks like he's heading to the evac center at the mall.
It is the modded
Gotta
HUD
agree.
that I have.
Let's follow them to the mall.
I've been hearing about things. You know what?
So
Never
it
mind.
looks a little stuttery. I don't know
Grab
what's
a weapon,
going
trust
on.
me.
How would I think it is?
Okay, so both the sound from the Resident Evil menus is working, the HD menus is working, and the Borderlands and Naranthus' side HUD are all working properly. Okay, so we know that these are working, but I'm not 100% sure if this is actually doing what it's supposed to. Um, I'm not going to change it and load the game again, um, because that's just going to take too much time. What I'm going to do is just real quickly throw a couple of the modded maps down here at the bottom of the list. As you can see, Silent Hill Other Side of Life is the one at the very bottom. Okay, take it off read only. And reload the list. Silent Hill 2 Other Side of Life. It's the game reads the VPKs properly and displays their actual names, whereas the mod list, all it needs is whatever the file is titled, which usually is just a series of numbers. Okay, so add-ons, workshop. Okay, I already have that one, so I can delete it. These I'm going to copy over into a temp folder, because if you rename stuff in the workshop folder, sometimes when they're renamed, if you reload the folder, Steam will actually delete them if it's running. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. Okay. So this one is called Beldura. So rename that, and then rename the VPK that goes along with it. I'm not going to do all these, I'm just going to do a couple. I guess I'll do train yard as well. So train yard and train yard. Done. Okay. So those have been renamed, and so has that one. So copy map mods and paste them in. Okay. So now that they're actually in the folder, I can add them to the list. I'm going to drag it over to the side. Okay, where are they at? Okay, Beldura. .vpk. Okay, Silent Fear .vpk. And lastly, TrainYard.vpk. And you have to make sure that it is typed just how it is on here for the VPK. The pictures are completely irrelevant. You do not need them whatsoever once these have been named what you want them to be named. I just keep them for safety purposes, because if I accidentally rename one of these to the wrong thing, I will know, hey, this picture, okay, like this one right here, Silent Hill 2 Other Side of Life Part 2. A lot of them have the actual part name in them or in the pictures for the sake of the load order list in game. You know which is which. Because the display name is the same no matter what. Okay, so those have been added. So then Control S to save it, minimize that, apply read only again, and then launch the game. Actually, close window, right click, close window. Okay, Windows 10. Okay, Windows. Do what you're told. There we go. Okay, I completely forgot. Once you copy the files out of the workshop folder, you want to go back to your workshop on Steam and... Okay, I didn't want to do that. Hang on. I hate how the navigation of this is. It's absolutely terrible. They need to revamp the workshop system, like really bad. Okay, so subscribe to items. These are just the ones I currently have on, which isn't very many. Oh, I forgot Dead Reckoning and stuff. So, doesn't really matter that I forgot to do those. Actually, no, I said I wasn't going to do them. Never mind. Okay, so hit unsubscribe. I recommend that you hit favorite on them. That way, if you need to easily find them, they're on your list. Because doing this, you have to delete them from your subscribed files. Otherwise, it will try to put them in again, and you will have duplicates, and it will cause massive problems in your game. Okay, so workshop items, reload the list. Okay, so it's gone. Next up is to launch the game. Cannot believe I almost forgot that step. And yes, I have the game muted because I don't want to take a chance of copyright issues right now, as YouTube has been very, very strict about that the past week or so, as of when I'm recording this. Okay, as you can see, it never popped up saying that there was anything being loaded, and it didn't glitch or freeze or anything. Things just loaded right away. And as you can see, everything is on the list. And as you can see as well, Beldura, Silentville, Fear, and Train Yard. They are both loaded, or all three loaded. Okay. Going to go to single player. Everything is on there. Add-on campaign. Looks like it's loading everything on that list. I don't know why these show up down here. You can't select them. Not really sure what causes that, but it's not really a big deal. Okay, so I'm going to load up Dead Center Rebirth. Always gotta play as Ellis. His AI actually uses the same weapons as I prefer, so yeah. Most of the time, I don't have to worry about him getting rid of my favorite guns. And it does look like the HD UI is working, because the quality.
A freaking axe.
And one of the mods that I have actually makes it so that when you pick up a big gun, or like swap out one that's like low ammo for a better one, you don't automatically. but it seems to be working. Let's see. I don't know why I went into that, but all of that seems to be working properly. So, there you have it. You can organize any of your mods in any way you choose, as long as this list does not get deleted, you're good. Just make sure that you take the original header for it, add-on list, and then the little bracket thing. I can't remember what those are called, but and then you make sure you have one at the bottom as well, and then an empty line above that, and then just make your list. Divide them up into categories. Seems to work wonderfully. As you can see, it's gray, so it's read only, and yeah. So that's how you create a custom file structure and load order on Left 4 Dead 2. Do hope you enjoyed. Do hope this was informative and that it helps a lot of people, because I could not find any guides on how to do this online. I searched for days and never found one. But anyway, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out.